I think sports are whiny. I'm not gonna lie.
Welcome back to Overthink, the game show where I ask contestants a series of Overwatch hot takes to see where they stand. Feel free to play along in the comments to let me know what your opinions are on these hot takes. And if you'd like to actually be on an episode, go ahead and sign up in my Discord. I host these live on my Twitch channel most Sundays, so please go follow me on there to catch a show live. And lastly, please don't forget to drop a like and subscribe for more content like this. Quickplay should receive some type of reward like how Comp has gold and jade weapons. Go.
I feel like people that play Quickplay should get something other than Battle Pass levels. Competitive players get golden weapons, they get jade weapons, they have something to work towards. While Quickplay, it may be for fun, but you don't get very much by playing it, and it would feel more rewarding overall.
Do you think that it should be the same as the comp rewards, like different weapons, or do you think it should be something different entirely?
No, I think it should be something different entirely, like maybe a title.
As a reward, I'd probably add something that's like a bit more fun. Maybe like an extra skin.
I'm not too particular about rewards. It would be nice. I wouldn't mind it. If I had to like pick and choose from the types that were being listed earlier, I'd probably say voice lines would be like my go-to. That's my favorite thing in the game, is having spammable voice lines. Like, it's just kind of like a nice thing to like have some sort of recognition that you've put time into the game regardless of how you put it in.
We already get rewarded by Battle Pass tiers, and asking for more than that is actually a bit too much just for quick play, because it's supposed to be a fun game mode. You can either act serious or just play for fun, but there wouldn't be a really good reason why you would just get more rewards for like a simple game mode.
We already have the Battle Pass XP, right? But in competitive, with the addition of golden and jade guns, a lot of times you get really obsessive over it. And with how casual works, the reward is the game. In competitive, the reward is obviously the weapon skins, and people obsess over it, and we don't want people like just constantly like being like, oh, I need to play Overwatch religiously, and then they begin to spiral into madness in both competitive and casual.
I don't think that we should be getting rewards for playing Quickplay, because like what the Life Weaver said is we already get like EXP for the Battle Pass, but also we also get like the white version of the coins, which is like good enough for skins already. So like that's already, I think those are good enough rewards for people who are already playing Quickplay and don't want to get competitive, because I feel like competitive is like for people who actually do want to like take the game seriously.
Support is the easiest role in the game. Go. That's a lot of neutrals. They're like, I'm not getting canceled today. Cool. Reinhardt, tell us why you're getting canceled today.
I've been playing for a while, and in Overwatch 1, it was, I think support was maybe the second easiest. Tank was probably the easiest, because there's another person for them to shoot at in 6v6. And as a tank player, it's been miserable. So when I get yelled at for taking too much damage, sometimes I'm like, okay, well, I know this time it's not my fault. And support, just gets to sit in the back, heal me. And it's a little frustrating when anything that goes wrong is the tank's fault. And I remember one time, I think about 2-3 weeks ago, after grinding out some competitive, I booted up the game the next day, and a large amount of people had avoided me. I'm never toxic. I don't say anything wrong to my teammates if they underperform. I let them know. I'm like, hey, is there anything I can do to, help you? But everything is my fault in every competitive match I've ever played. So I think support is pretty easy.
I do have to agree that support is not mechanically challenging, and a lot of people assume that because it's not mechanically challenging, it's not skilled. There's that disconnect. But I do have to say that support does get to sit in the back. They do have a lot of abilities to protect them that a lot of the other characters don't have. Like Kiriko has Suzu, Mercy has Guardian Angel, Bab has Immo, so on and so forth. So just from their kit and their movement abilities, it's easier for them to survive, and I feel like that makes it a little easier to play support than the other roles.
I may be a neutral, but it doesn't mean I don't have opinions on this, because I do. The only reason I'm not in full-on agree is because there's a role called DPS. DPS have it the easiest in the game by far in terms of like what is expected of them, how much responsibility falls on their shoulders, and how much they are able to actually affect the outcome of the game. It's kind of ridiculous. That being said, I have seen way more support players that are little crybabies than any other role in the game, and it's not even close.
I somewhat disagree.
Why is
'cause
Ryan moaning? Sorry to cut you off. What is going on over there? You jerk, are you goon maxing over there? What is happening? Dude, I've heard him moan like 4 times. I just hear like somebody gooning over there. The Hashimoto goon himself.
I somewhat disagree because I also play support myself, and like it's very important to make sure that your team is healed. Like if they don't get healed, they're gonna spam that they need healing, and then they're gonna blame the healers, and they're gonna say healer diff and whatnot. That's why it's not the easiest role in the game, because you gotta rely on your actual team being healed.
I think supports are whiny. I'm not gonna lie. The support mains are a bit whiny in this game. They complain a lot and they go talk about because they are at the back, so they can see the mistakes clearly, and they will just point it out despite them not seeing their mistakes. However, I have to say that in situations where the enemy runs dive, your supports are literally the backbone of the team. If they get dived and you don't peel, or they get dived and they do not use their cooldowns well, they will die and instantly team fight's lost. So I would say they have it quite hard. But at the same time, I do get that way people would say, oh, they have cooldowns, oh, they have CDs, oh, they have Zuzu, oh, they have that. But then within a Tracer, you can blink, blink, blink everywhere and just do all the damage that baits out all your cooldowns. Suddenly you have nothing, you die. I mean, like, I feel like supports also, mechanically wise, they also get challenged. Like, trust me, if you play Bab, Alari, etc., and Zed, you're gonna need aim. Because if you do not have the aim on those characters, you are fundamentally wasting half their abilities, because their guns are the reason why you pick them, to like be able to fight them back. Like with Zen, you can just 2-tap with Tracer. So yeah, I feel like supports have it quite harder than most people think they are, despite me as a tank player. And yeah, they just get a lot of shit for nothing.
I think of like Lifeweaver. Now, I'm probably biased here, but you see everything, right? You have all these buttons that do like Lord knows what. And it's very stressful because I'm over here at 19 growing gray hairs just from playing Lifeweaver for a week. Like, you have to do the pull, to not die, and then you have to do everything. Make sure your tank's okay, make sure your DPS is okay, make sure you're okay, your other support is okay, all while being dived by a Tracer, a Sombra, or a Winston, something like that. I'm not going to sit here and say, I will sit here and say that I don't know which is the easiest role, but I know it's not support.
I kind of is arguing the point with that other diva, if we want to have a diva off on this one. It is true, like, supports do have stuff to deal with, but so does everyone else. You know what I'm saying? Like, obviously us as diva mains, like, we're probably more in tune with what's going on the support end than, say, like, the average tank player, but even so, like, everyone's got stuff they're dealing with, and supports are the only ones who act like they're helpless to the things that are thrown at them.
Okay, I get your point that you think that the what's called supports are whiny. I feel like a lot of support mains are just gonna be whiny, that they say, oh, my team's not doing anything, oh, it's my team's fault, oh, it's my team's fault. Well, I'm the diva as a tank. I'm always gonna look back at my supporters to see if they're okay, if they're fine, if I can go in and do that stuff. But I feel like, yes, everyone has their own stuff to do, but everyone's equally important. I feel like the tank, if he messes up the space and gives space for free, that's gonna be bad negatively. If we don't dive the right targets, we'll die. Anyways, if DPS don't flank and stay in main and shoot the tank, yeah, that you're not gonna get much value. If supports stick their staff up the tank and don't do nothing, it's also not bad. So yeah, I feel like some supports, like Alari, like Bab. Oh, sorry, I pressed button accidentally. Basically,
Homie's getting so passionate about his argument, he busted.
Sorry, I busted.
Indeed.
But anyway, as I was saying, like, every character has their roles, and you are right with that. But I feel like if they supports mess up their mistake, everyone will clearly see it. If tank make a mistake, everyone will clearly see it. If DPS make a mistake, it's rare to see. So I feel like we have bigger fish to fry than talk about sports.
I think that's one point that you and I would agree on, is that DPS had it the easiest.
Yeah, I feel like they are very easiest.
So, quite a few of you think that DPS is the easiest. Let me ask you, do you think that, like, being able to aim is easy then?
No, I wouldn't say aim is easy.
So if aim isn't easy and DPS relies on aiming, then what makes DPS easy?
Easy that they don't have much tasks to do.
But if their
So-
task to do is aiming, and aiming isn't easy, then why would DPS be easy?
If we're talking about aim comes with time. I feel like aim, if we're gonna discuss aim comes with time. The more you play the game, the better your aim you become. And with DPSs, despite them not having to, people like not aim, there are characters that don't need much aim, and you can get a lot more value out of. If I look at the DPS roster for a second, I would probably say that the likes of Ashe, Cassidy, they need a lot of aim, obviously. But what about the characters that don't need much aim, like Junkrat, like Mei with the except for the icicle, like the Sim, like Torb, like there are characters there that get value without necessarily having a perfect aim. I feel like the most important thing that DPS has to do is off angle, create space, make sure that they can actually make sure that they're involved in the team fight instead of standing there shooting tank. Because if they sit there and shoot tank, they don't get any value. So yeah. Compare that to like tank, who needs to create space, who has to keep space, who has to make sure that their team's fine, who has to make sure that everyone's okay. And then we look at the supports. They need to make sure they don't get dived. They need to make sure that they can keep everyone up and nicely healthy, and occasionally off angle and do what the DPS are doing, because they have characters that inherently do the job that they do better.
Ranked is a waste of time. Go.
I'm gonna do something better. I'm gonna say Overwatch is pointless. We're all gonna bloody die at this point. Why do we waste our days constantly playing this gosh darn game that we've been playing for the past 8 gosh darn years, and care? Why do we care at this point? We should not be caring anymore. This game has done so much damage to so many people, and I think just this game and everything is pointless. We'll all die. It doesn't matter. So who cares? Everything's pointless.
So this just in, I just got word from the government that if you watch twitch.tv/crystalrain, you actually won't die. So please don't leave me. Okay, anyways.
I think it's a waste of time right now because of how sweaty Quickplay is. Actually, like, not gonna lie, I've seen so much sweatier gameplay for Quickplay rather than ranked. Like, last season when I was playing ranked, like, yeah, like, there were some hard matches, but it wasn't as hard as when I got into Quickplay. Like, oh my god, when you get onto Quickplay, sometimes you get some people who, like, counter swap consistently. It might be because I'm in gold 3, but, or when I was going to bring it was because I was in gold 3 maybe, but I didn't see that much counter swapping compared to like Quickplay. Like, sometimes just Quickplay people are a lot more they can't take much and they have to switch.
Oh my god, you are so right with the sweaty Quickplay matches. Like the tank games I discussed earlier, I'll say more than half of those are so sweaty as heck. I might as well rank up through Quickplay than competitive at this point. Go away, Q times. I wanna die. I wanna die in those games.
The only reason I'm not in hard disagree is because since the MMR system is used in both Quickplay and ranked, like, they're kind of the same experience, and so in that sense ranked might be a little bit of a waste. But at the same time, everything in this game is like, this is like your hobby, and never say a hobby is a waste of time. Like, whatever time you put into the game doing whatever mode you feel more comfortable doing is never time wasted. It's your enjoyment, your improvement, your experience overall. Like, I will never let someone say that it's like all for nothing, but it's definitely kind of funny with the system being the same between Quickplay and ranked. Like, the only downside is you don't have the better rule set of ranked, which allows you to swap sides and have it be a little bit more evenly matched.
I wouldn't say rank sucks. It would be pretty nice to just like have a rank, just like to show. Well, for me, I would like a rank in my thing. So, but like, I mean, you don't have to play competitive, but I'm just saying that like it wouldn't. I mean, it doesn't suck all the time, but majority of the time, sometimes, yeah. Like, especially if you're stuck in a specific rank, it would suck. But if you just don't like it in general, then that's just you. So yeah.
First off, I want to go against what JT GK says. I feel like life isn't a waste of time. I feel like we all want something in our lives. We want to get achievements, we want to get goals, we get achievement. And for people in Overwatch, people just want to have fun in this game. And having fun is a way of like ranking up by going up another level. And it's like, oh yes, I did it with my friends. Oh, good job, good dooey choo hoo. But I feel like ranked, you will learn a lot more than quickplay. Quickplay, at the end of the day, is just a quick match that ends quickly and doesn't have a retake. Plus, attackers have an advantage of having an extra minute longer, so it doesn't really matter. It's just always pretty one-sided for one area. But if you look at competitive side, competitive gives you more information because you need to go attack and defend, and you need to have different setups, and you know people are gonna try more, which means you can learn from mistakes that you made in previous games that in quick play you wouldn't notice because you would just get away with them. But in comp, they would punish you for it. And you'd be like, huh, why did that happen? So yeah, I don't feel like it's a waste of time. I don't think it's useless. Because everything in this game is useful in life. Like, in example, if I'm playing football, same principles count. My mechanical skill of can I kick the ball, the game sense, as in can I pass the ball into an area where I think the guy's gonna walk to, and then lastly the mental thing. Just the mental thing is so important in life that people keep forgetting how important the mentality is in your game. If you are in a match and saying I'm gonna win this game, then you're gonna win this game. If you don't have that mentality of not winning this game, then you are not going to win that game. I'm not going to lie.
Lifeweaver, do you have anything that you want to say back to that?
Well, first of all, would it be possible if I could just go ahead and change where I'm standing?
Sure, just explain. Yeah, just explain why.
Here. So, basically, I'm going to, well, Assimilator and what Gamachin said, I'm going to play devil's advocate to my own, well, wait, is that the phrase? Okay, well, okay, I'm using the same logic, but for just agree instead. So, basically, if nothing matters, right, then go on ahead. This is a true thing that I've realized. Once you realize nothing matters, it matters. It doesn't make sense, but once you really think, I swear it works. Because you go into the game, you're like, you know what, it doesn't matter, I'm gonna win. Boom, you win. You're gonna be like, it doesn't matter if I lose because I can just queue the next game. Then you lose, then you go to the next game. Once you truly stop caring, you truly start winning in life. In Overwatch, and honestly, I'm not qualified to say this, but I will say in real life too.
All right. I love how we started kind of like debating like the meaning of life and Overthink. I love to see it.
I also want to change my stance.
Yeah, go ahead.
Pretty much, I really got touched with like the meaning of life and messages stuff. Yeah, we're getting philosophical here, but I understand it. I understand it. Like why I even do this? Why I'm even in this game? Why I even got my golden gun for Bastion? Oh, it's just something that I want.
All right, guys, now we got to start convincing people that playing this game and watching this Twitch stream is a great idea, all right? Because my livelihood is officially on the line. After this Overthink, everybody's gonna be like, you know what? Why do I watch this stream? I'm gonna go get my law degree.
Oh
no. Are we gonna die?
Goodbye.
Wait, what happened?
The game
is shutting down.
Well, this is the end of life, guys.
Life protects
Wait,
life.
I want to do one thing.
Yeah, go
Everyone
ahead.
pop your olds.
Pop your odds, go! Pop your odds! Pop your odds!
No, this.
You guys did well.
Ah!
Subscribe to Crystal Rain.
Yes! Everybody say subscribe to Crystal Rain before we die. Go, go, go!
Subscribe to Crystal Rain.
2 to the 1 to the 1 to the 3. I play easy mode and I play to win. I love to die and I like to BRB. All systems checked out. Group up with me. 2 to the 1 to the 1 to the 3. I'm here to party. GG. A giant gorilla can keep up with me. You can't be serious.